It's good. It's going over. I swear this government is like a demented quack doctor. You go in for a checkup, and the resultant treatment actually ends up killing you. This dude is an embarrassment. He's making a mockery of America. He could stand up against homelessness, you know, but he can't stand up against Putin. You know, he had a meeting with Putin in Alaska recently, rolled out the red carpet, man, wagging his little tail for a scratch behind the ear, you know, because he admires Putin. He wants to be Putin. He wants a dictatorship here. And he's trying to implement, you know, his ideology. So, like I said, this militarization of law enforcement, on the surface, you know, in the guise of cleaning up our communities, right? And you know, going back to the quack doctor analogy is, you know, infecting someone with a illness so you can, you know, treat them. But your treatment. So never mind that, you know, this government helped create the conditions that exist in these communities to turn around, you know, and target them. But it is what it is, right? So he says, you know, we need to get rid of the slums. That's what he said. You know, or animals. We basically need to be eradicated. You know, so it's a dangerous rhetoric, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to, you know, the obvious racial undertones, these animals. Because every time they say inner city, you know, that's code for, you know, black folks. Like when he, you know, recently said that they might have to start reconsidering this deportation thing because, you know, people in the inner city kind of basically implying we lacking. You know, we didn't, no, not implying, stayed out, you know, straight up said, you know, we ain't stepping up to the plate, you know, because they really thought black folks were going to go in them fields, man. So when he says, you know, they're built for it, you know, they were built for this type of work. What the hell? I mean, it's pretty obvious, you know what I'm saying, who he is, what he is, you know. So yeah, we lacking, you know. So this dude, he wants to relegate us, you know. He essentially wants to reintroduce slavery. So when I was talking about these slave camps and how the you know, sending in the military, the National Guard, and, you know, turning up law enforcement, you know, in the inner cities because we, you know, we got to get rid of these slums, you know. And I'm not condoning criminal activity. Black folks don't want to deal with criminal activity any more than, you know, Caucasians or any other ethnicity. But it's like I said, man, it's certain communities that, you know, like I said, they implement the symptoms. They help perpetuate the symptoms. And then they turn around and say, we need to do something about this, you know, like them sick Nazi experimentalists. Yeah. But yeah, we need to get rid of the slums. And what system, what construct directly created these slums? So like I said, he throws these scraps out to his little loyal bootlickers. But even you know, well-meaning MAGA followers, y'all gonna start to turn on them. Not because of his ideology. Y'all knew he was racist. Y'all knew who he was. Yeah, but the last time you went to the grocery store, you came out of there with your feelings hurt, didn't you? Every time you pull up to the pump, you cursing out somebody. In a minute, it's gonna be Trump. So right now, like I said, while they all behind him and they cheering, because when shit get hectic in this country, it's the same play, man. Different coach, same playbook. When shit start to get, pressure, the dog whistles come out, man. Different designs, same pitch. And the focus turns to FBAs. You know, we need to remedy it. But like I said, they'll turn on him. Because you're already seeing who he is, if you didn't already know. Here's a man that, and by the way, we still don't know what's in them Epstein files, but let's be honest. He's in them files, man. And I believe Putin is tied into this. Something like Putin has something on this dude. It's not just that he worships Putin. There's something going. He in them files, man. But MAGA members don't care. They don't care about none of that shit. But like I said, when they start looking at the paycheck, because make no mistakes, man, this is the same old play. Pit poor white Americans against, black Americans. Same old playbook for ages. This is what they do, But like I said, man, when you're looking at your paycheck and the bottom line, the math ain't mathing. I don't give a damn, how in tune with your ideology they are, Because I know there's a lot of MAGA members out there that's loving this shit, him putting his foot on the neck of, crime. So, but when the math ain't mathing, all that shit go out the door. So, it is what it is, man. But, y'all making America great again, huh? But when has it ever been? No ops left, Skano. You already know.